2015 was quite the year as far as video games go. There were titles that were in development for ages that truly lived up to their potential, some that perhaps missed their mark slightly but were still enjoyable nonetheless. There were also some that were a little more under the radar but still managed to impress in a number of different ways. It was a year that, even with all the usual top-tier, massive budget games on the shelves such as Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, smaller games managed to find a bigger audience. This, I believe, is a good thing. With digital distribution growing in popularity and becoming increasingly widely accepted across the globe, more people are jumping on board every day, and also publishers are becoming more inclined and willing to produce retail copies of some of these lower budget efforts. This, I believe, is a very good thing. Games are becoming more diverse, which can only improve as time goes on. More subject matters are being touched upon, some of which are those that are only talked about in private conversations with your closest friends. It feels like the medium is growing up. Not quite into full adulthood yet, where all subjects become fair game and can be treated with enough respect. It is, however, getting there. Closer and closer every year. Gamers aren't the social pariahs we once were. We're not seen as equals yet, but things are improving, and when games grow up, so too will a non-gaming public's opinion of them. This, I believe, is a very good thing. In my opinion, this can be mostly attributed to independent small teams and their ideas for a better tomorrow of games. 2015 was a great year for these smaller games. Here's a list of a few that I managed to get around to.
When was the last time you saw Cape 9?
It was last Thursday in the college library.
Contradiction Spot the Liar is a game that takes place almost entirely in video form. Imagine you're playing a darkly comic episode of Midsummer Murders and you'll be most of the way there. It can be quite goofy at times, which actually made me enjoy it all the more. Catching out interviewees and their lies via the contradictions in their testimonies always makes me feel good, like you figured it out and that you're one step closer to solving a murder. Some of the characters are almost caricatures in their overacting, but that does nothing but add charm to them and to the game as a whole. Surprisingly great to play with a group.
It was suicide.
Who is it?
I'm a police officer, Detective Inspector Jenks.
Scrying goes back centuries. The ancient Persians did it. This country pagans still practice it. You lose yourself in your unconscious and you get dragged down to the bottom.
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone.
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
He's a policeman, we can't just...
You man up and you sort it.
I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. They stay inside you.
How did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
Rocket League is football, or soccer if you prefer, in cars with rocket boosts and jumps. It really is some of the most fun I've had all year, coming for free in its month of release if you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, with an Xbox One version coming later in the year. I honestly didn't expect all that much. What followed was 6 months of playing almost every day so I could get a couple of matches in. With matches that last only 5 minutes, it's easy to think, I've got a spare hour. Should I start Fallout 4, or get a couple of games of Rocket League in? The answer is almost always Rocket League.
So what do you want? You don't know who the fuck I am!
What are you doing? Get that gun away from me, psycho! No!
Life is Strange is without a doubt my favourite story in video games last year. Time manipulation is the base mechanic at the centre of this tale of Donnie Darko-esque impending doom, teen angst, bullying and more. It's a game full of choices that are actually meaningful, not arbitrary, making genuine impact on either the life of your character Max or the lives of those around her. The subject matters it handles make it somehow an incredibly grounded tale despite occasional bouts of melodrama. The characters are taking it all incredibly seriously and you in turn end up doing the same. Suicide and assisted suicide, while of course incredibly sensitive subjects, are handled unbelievably well, especially given the context of a game built upon choices. It does not shy away from the mechanics in those dreadful situations, often forcing you to make very tough decisions, even those you might not be comfortable with. Yet, I respect the game all the more for going there. You owe it to yourself to experience this story.
Talk to me, Max. Whoa! No!
I discovered I could reverse time. Max, start from the beginning.
Hey! Max? Chloe? Oh! Get in, Max!
In the bathroom today, you set off the alarm. You hella saved my life.
Don't ever touch me again!
Then I realized I had a choice. Hey, you okay? And the power to change everything.
Bang!
What the hell?
Come on, slowpoke!
If I see you here again, you'll learn all about real trouble.
So, what would you do now?
Of course, there are far more than these few titles that have come from equally incredibly talented and hardworking developers just trying to make it amidst of likewise talented people. These were just a selection of those I managed to get around to and enjoyed. Make 2016 the year that you decide to give independent games a chance. Support the small development teams that will hopefully become tomorrow's game-making giants. Treat yourself to a good story, a challenge, and a fresh perspective. 2016, a vote for independence is a vote for the future.